Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again. This is some more Dark Souls low-level PvP. This is the second of the session, and you'll have to excuse my throat and my voice. It's still kind of trashy and very dry, which is not fun, not a fun time. So I've not been able to do much commentary, but I thought I'd try and do some towards this, because this is the most recent Dark Souls project I've done, and it needs to be done. So once again, we're back in the burg, the parish, the starting areas of the game, doing some early level PvP. This time I'm up against a bunch of co-opers that are trying to kill me, as you can see. I've got my Dragonborn fist on because I'm an idiot like that, trying to get people with the silly uppercut, which is my main motivation for using it. This Phantom is very fast. I expected the running attack, they were a little bit late on it, and I missed the parry. And my biggest threat here is Bleed. Bleed is so dangerous low level, it's obnoxiously dangerous. I'm using the Mike Tyson jab, as you can see. That is unbelievably good. It's even good in late level PvP, because if you have one weapon and you don't want to use the second one in your other hand and you're not holding a shield, just jab with it. Because, I mean, if you can, put a cestus on, put a high level cestus on if you can, because the jab is... It's daunting. People go to attack, and if they don't have any poise, they will flinch every time. So if you know someone doesn't have any poise, you can literally stun them guaranteed with every hit. And it's literally set them up with the jab, Muhammad Ali style, and finish them off with the right. It's really dangerous. And when people do have poise, it just allows you to do some combo stuff. There is a failed backstab. People know all about that. A lot of this is going to be very backstab heavy, because early on in the game, you know, new players are going for backstabs. People who have played the game for a little while are going for backstabs, and because a lot of the weapons you're going to see me using aren't very powerful, I'm going to be going for them as well, because it's just how the game plays out low level a lot. And these people do not have upgraded weapons, mainly because the path to my right leads to a blacksmith if you've never played, and he's the first opportunity you get, unless you're going to the catacombs, to increase your weapons. And not a lot of people go through the bottom of Havel's Tower through Dark Route and then go to the blacksmith. The majority of these people, for better or for worse, are going through the burg, and that's when this character is catching them. So when you hit me, they don't do a lot of damage. They can do, as you can see, when they join together, they can do a lot of damage. And Bleed does a lot of damage. The Phantom actually has a Drake Sword, which is the easiest way to kill this character. Because the reason why I'm taking so little damage for them has got nothing to do with life. Somebody sent me a message saying you've got too much vitality. Like, my vitality is at 11. The reason why I take a big beating is because my defense is high, because I have 99 stored humanity on the top left. Like, my armor has some upgrades on it, and I have humanity, and that puts my defense up pretty crazily. And because I want to build this character into a proper PvP character, I'm not going to kill and waste all 5 million souls. And I do have a bunch of boss souls that I could use to get the currency back, but using the boss souls on this game is a fucking nightmare, and I just don't want to do it. So instead, I'm gonna take the defense boost, because there's nothing I can do about it. You know, the game is designed that way. It's just how it works. And I have done over 20 hours of low-level invasions over the last, what, 3-4 days. So I've probably done 300 invasions, easily. Probably more. And every time I would kill myself, it'd get to the point where I'd have to kill myself again. And it's just turning into the Nexus at that point, and I don't really want to do it. But now it's just me and the host. I'm going to show you the jab. I go for the parry there, but miss it on the heavy attack, which is a shame, because it would have been quite nice. But another thing as well is, this is a really good opportunity to practice your toggles. I didn't want to toggle during these fights, although I just kind of toggled then, so you can tell sometimes I'm going to do it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do it by accident, it's almost a reflex, but my intention is not to toggle. My intention is to just take the hits as I would in a normal fight, you know, at low level, because at that point you don't know about toggling. A lot of people, like at high level, and don't know about toggling, but I didn't want to have that as a fallback every time. I wanted it to, you know, I wanted some stun locking to happen. But this is a soul level 1 Twinker. And a lot of people are saying that, you know, I'm a bitch for doing what I'm doing in these videos. This guy has an elemental axe. Lightning, guys. Lightning axe wearing full Dark Wraith armor. Look at him. But the good thing is he doesn't know how to play. And he's trying to spam parry because he thinks I'm a tiny level and he thinks I'm a new player, and I'm not. And it costs him. And he goes for backstabs, but I'm better at backstabbing than he is. And get him as he wakes up with a nice quick jab. See you later, brother. And he even sends me a message saying, you know, if I wanted to, I would have killed you. Yep, if I wanted you dead, you would have been dead. So I sent him one back like, no, your backstab knowledge was really shitty. You would have still died. It's just hilarious. And the cool thing about this series is I get a lot of hate mail, I get a lot of random mail, I get a lot of knowledge mail. Like, a lot of people are getting very defensive over some of the new players that you see me fight, and I understand that because I do. But, like, don't pity these people, guys. These people are learning like we all learned, and they are coming up against a brick wall at times, which is me, but they are still more than capable. I mean, look at this guy. His axe is hurting me, so anybody thinking that, you know, I'm overpowered it's just not the case. Like, his axe is hurting me, and he's healing. He's got a lot of poise. This guy can win. I'm not going to heal unless it's generally a gank or unless I really want to win. And for the most, this is not about winning. Especially at this point in the session. It's not about winning at all. But a lot of the people that I fight will send me a message asking me, you know, tips about the game. Like, a guy wanted to know what the weapon I was using when I was using a shortle was, because it went through his shield and he didn't understand it. So told him about it. Another guy wanted to know, like, another guy said, you know, GG, even though it wasn't, because I brutalized him and I felt bad. So I sent him one back saying, you know, it wasn't really a good game, dude, because I had better gear than you did at that point, and, you know, in time you'll get a lot better at the game. And he asked me what he should do, because he's new, and he didn't know what paths to go down or what to upgrade and things. And I basically said to him, you know, there's no one way to play Dark Souls. So check the wiki. If the wiki's not good enough for you, Google me on YouTube, and I have a couple of walkthroughs that might help you go through the game as a beginner. And he was like, okay, thank you. And it was one of those interesting ones. This is me showing this guy the poise parry. And the poise parry early on is going to be really powerful because a lot of people mash, especially katanas. Katanas can bleed you out really quickly. Katanas are the biggest threat from anything. That's a random guy wanting to chat. The editing on this is going to be interesting as well, guys, because I've tried to keep in some silly clips while giving you some full invasions. Oh, this is a cheater, this guy. As you can see, he's wearing armor that is full Dark Wraith with a dark sword, and he can't be killed. Which, I've run into a lot of this, and it's kind of annoying because you change your gear for the next invasion, hoping to get this arsehole again so that you can try and either bleed him or get him into some deep water and drown him. And then you fight somebody who's, you know, running around with a Drake sword, and you've got all this super sick gear on, and you just feel bad. But I've run into a lot of these people cheating playing the game. I don't understand why people need to put these hacks on just to play the game. Like, I actually understand the PvP side. I do. I don't like it, but I understand it, you know? You're fighting against other people who are better than you, other people that are more capable than you, and you're losing. So your choice then is to cheat so that you can get some cheap victories, which, that makes sense, that's human nature. But against the computer, he has the gear to beat Blighttown. He has the gear to beat the game. He's using a dark sword that's probably +5 or however high that sword goes. And what is he doing? Infinite life? Like, why? You don't need infinite life. He's got fire arrows, for Christ's sake, which are not hard to get, but, like, this guy has all the tools. Listen to him. Popping humanity with unlimited life. I don't even know what that means. But he has all the tools he needs at this moment in time to do Blighttown, and yet he's decided to cheat. And I don't know if I send him a message. You'll see if I do, because I'm trying to keep all that stuff in, because people like that stuff. As you can see me just... I put the divines on thinking that I can just frustrate this guy and get him to quit or something like that, but it does not work that way at all. Like, he knows I don't have a way to push him off a ledge. My bleed capability is not great. Although I have put my katana on, but I think you just get stun locked by that dark sword, because it's... this is one of those places where if I do a wrong roll, I'm going to land up in the water and start getting poisoned. Try to do the setup parry on the dark sword. This guy's got stamina for days. It's just crazy. But I gave him a good go, so I don't really mind. And he's lagging too, Jesus. Guy's like fucking Nightcrawler, what was that? And look at this, it brings out a spike shield. A spike shield, man. There's just no need. And then he taunts, which, you know, worst kind of player right there, guys, worst kind of player. This is somebody who's in probably New Game Plus, who's quite a high level that I've caught by accident, because that's how invasions work. And he's using the Moonlight Greatsword and the Homing Crystal Soul Mass. And he's got a lot of life, but no poise. So this could go either way. And I saw that this... Ooh, shit. Oh, shit. I should have put a shield on. I saw this guy had Homing Crystal Soul Mass above his head at the entrance. So I put the poise ring on just in case. And it's kind of what I do when I'm up against higher level players, because stun locking is very real. And poise parries can sometimes be your best bet of trying to win. I need to try and parry that. I've done it before in the forest, but my timing on it, I don't know it. I just don't know the timing, and the only way to learn the parry timings is to practice them. And a lot of people, you'll notice low level... That kills me, yeah. That's the thing that I don't like about Dark Souls. And then he face palms. A lot of face palming from these high level players. Interesting. Oh, this was great. I should have put some funny music on here, because I chased this guy around this column a million times. But, like that move there, same with pyromancies. I know it's lag. I know it's the way the game, you know, features the detection. Look at that. Wow. How did he get that sword? How does he get that sword? That fucking boss is in that room who gives you the soul for it. But there he is anyway. But like pyromancies and the Moonlight Greatsword, when they do that move and you're at the side of it, like, he should miss. And I know what it is. It's the fact that on his screen I'm probably not there. But I hate having to waste a roll, because then you've got to wait to recover from the roll to get back into position to do something. I just rolled through the bleed then, I believe, which is something that I'm not that well practiced with. This guy, unfortunately, is trying to bleed me and trying to spam the katana, so it's always going to end that way. And people are wondering about ethics and standards and fairness and principles and honour and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't exist in low-level invasions, guys. It doesn't. Do you know why? Because the majority of the players that you're facing don't know what that stuff is. So, it's not my place to show them it, it's not my place to enforce it on them. It's my place to just treat the game like the game was intended to be treated. A lot of people spam parries too. Need to punish them. Hopefully you'll learn. But, like, every single person you're going to fight at low level is going to flask, because that's what the game's taught them to do. Every single person you're going to fight at low level is going to backstab, because that's what the game's taught them to do. You know, they're not going to be intentionally gimping themselves with weapons, because they only have a certain amount of weapons. They're going to do whatever they can. They're going to summon friends, they're going to run away, they're going to do everything. And so they should. And I'm going to do the exact same. Sometimes I might make slight changes. Sometimes I may react a little bit differently, depending on how I want the situation to play out. But for the most, I'm going to give them exactly what they gave me. And it's not because I don't want to fight fair. It's not because I want to bully these people. It's just because there's an innocence to these low-level invasions that you don't get in the late-level invasions. There's none of this bullshit about spamming this, doing that, doing this, you know. You fucking used a rapier, so you're obviously a noob or a casual. It's not like that. It doesn't have that preconception. It's just two people fighting. And a lot of these clips are quite boring. I've trimmed out. I've tried to trim as many of them out as I can. The ones that are just, you know, one-way streets. And I've tried to keep in the ones that show a host who is manning up and just coming at me and trying to kill me. I've also tried to keep ones where silly things happen, because, like, if the boar's alive and I'm fighting a guy near the boar, I'm going to try and get the boar involved. Is it because I want to be an asshole? No. Is it because I want to get something that looks hilarious? Yes. You know, I've met people underneath the Drake bridge shooting arrows at the Drake. What did I do? I knocked them off. Did I do that because I wanted to ruin their day? No. Did I do that because I thought it was funny? Yes. That is what this series is. There's a ton of it. Like, I start using the Drake sword. You're probably not going to see it for a while because, like I said, I've done quite a lot. Look at what this guy's got. How do they find these weapons? That guy must have gone into the catacombs and joined the Covenant. Which means that he's not a giant retard of a player. His buddy is very new, though. His buddy's just kind of swinging the axe and running away. Did I kill him? Is that it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, dude. Oh, no, I didn't kill him. He's there. Get him. Get him. Yes. Oh, goodness me. But a lot of people probably are going to find certain parts of these videos, you know, not to their taste, and that is just the nature of the beast, guys. There's a lot of people that don't enjoy my 1v1 duel stuff. Like, some people don't enjoy duels, some people don't enjoy the Berg stuff, you know, where you both bow and then you proceed to fight. Everyone's got their own flavour of Dark Souls. And this guy's got a Drake sword, which is kryptonite to me, because the Drake sword is so powerful. It's really overpowered. You don't realise how overpowered it is until you use it. And I don't mean in a PvE aspect. This guy's like hiding behind a wooden shield, so I can build bleed, but building bleed is one of those things where I want this guy to roll. I want him to roll, because that bar has to be filling up. And I'm not too sure of bleed build up, because it's never been a strategy that I've used a lot. There it went. Does so much damage too. I would like bleed to be changed in Dark Souls 2. I've actually started writing down some thoughts, and I say this very lightly. I opened up a notepad the other day while I was talking to my girlfriend on Facebook, and I started jotting down random thoughts that came to my mind of what I would like in Dark Souls 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some PvP, probably some just like random forest invasions or something like that. And I'm going to talk about these things that I would like to see in like my wish list, and it's going to be completely my perspective on what I would like, and half of these are something that probably couldn't even be in a video game. But at the same time, there's just enough decent ones, just enough silly ones that I think it could be a fun video, and it'll probably stimulate some interesting conversation in the comment section. Oh, lads parry, there we go. Check him out, but his parry does nothing, which is weird because that is a Drake sword. But it doesn't matter because I'm stuck. Look, see? I know there were a reason why I kept this. Yay! There we go. Guy is a badass. Do not mess with him. He is going to be a great Dark Souls player one day. Can't believe that riposte did so little damage. That riposte did less damage than his backstab did. Why is that? So this guy's got a Drake sword too, and I'm trying to do the parry, but I'm not very good with the faster parries because I've never really used them. The curved sword or the hand parry, it's a lot quicker than the shield. You also notice I've got a scimitar in my left hand and a katana in my right hand. I change weapons a lot when I do this session, mainly because I want to get a bunch of random different stuff. Like I was using a war pick at one point. There's a lot of fast edits too. This is a guy trying to That was so terrible by me. I think I got a little excited there, but he's wearing full chainmail, which does give him poise. The host is behind me on the ledge. He's got a battle axe and a poison shield, which tells me, you know, he's probably a new guy. Hang on a second, where is the host? Oh, he rolled through the bleed. You see that? It wasn't intentional, but it still looked cool. Doing a couple of roll attacks. When it is corpers, when it is gankers, there's less of the silliness from me unless I can get into a silly situation. There's more of the I'm gonna fuck you up real quick. And one thing you're really going to appreciate if you do low-level invasions is your stamina bar on your 120 character, because the stamina is just, it kills me. It really does. Like, I've got a Zweihander that I've gone from using it at base level to +5 to +10, and now I've got it at +14. And when I do come back to this area with it, because I've been to Sense Fortress and places like that with this character. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That dragon's lethal. Gotta watch him. Oh no! Oh, here we go. Watch this bullshit. Is this one of them? Yep. That happens so much, so frequently, it's not even funny. I have easily maybe 50 invasions where that has happened. Oh. Knocked me off the ladder. And you'll notice I'm wearing a poise ring, so I don't know how much magic affects your poise break. Oh, that was a cut there. I need to put a crossfade on that. Yeah, if you're wondering why there was a transition there, it's because these guys just sat up on that balcony waiting for me to come to them. And I'm sorry, but you didn't even let me get up the ladder to fight you. So why the fuck would I try that again? And there's his buddy. And I thought his buddy was going to try and kill me when I got to the top of the ladder, but I don't think he... Oh, no, he don't. That is just bitchy, that. But you see it a lot. And I can't say out against it, even though I just called it bitchy. Because I've done it myself. You know, I got invaded when I was new to the game, and I didn't want to fight another person, so I did pull my Ethernet cable out. That was a proud moment for me. I also got invaded 2 other times when I didn't want to, and I manned up, and I lost both fights. The first one was a guy with Dark Moonblade, and I'd never seen Dark Moonblade before. The second one was on my live playthrough, where Aiden and my girlfriend were in the room with me, and I didn't realise I was running around Anno Londo in human form, without killing the boss. And I paid the price. I got a guy in Smo's armour and Black Knight Halberd, and he beat me fair and square, because I was a really bad PvPer at that point, and I still am in most cases a pretty bad PvPer. Which is what a lot of people keep trying to tell me anyway. But a lot of the times I'll wait for them to flask and then I'll do something silly to them. Later on you're going to see me get really, really mean. Because people think this is mean. This is not mean, guys. This right here is 2 people fighting with 1 person having a massive advantage. And that is my defense. My defense is ridiculous. At the same time, though, my defense is counted out by the fact that they heal. And I'm not excusing it because it's something I can't control. But, you know, they heal a lot, I have high defense. It works out. The experience level is the real disadvantage. It's the fact that a lot of these players are new. And I'm not. I'm not new. I'm the least new player you could ever wish to fight. But this series exists for a reason, guys. And that reason is Dark Souls has a system where being in human form comes with a risk. That is how it was designed. It comes with a risk, folks. And I'm the person reminding these people that running around in human form can end badly. And it does end badly. Oh, if he'd only not turned around, that could have been great. Oh no, this is going to be bad. This is going to be where poise really comes in. Get him off! Get him off! Get him off! No! No! I did an awesome backflip though. We'll get that in slow motion.